So, uni, I understand you had a very up and down, all around uni experience before we got to where we are today.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, first of all, I'd like to preface and say not everyone has to go to uni to get a proper education because, like I said, the general Asian mindset is that general Asian mindset is that higher education equals to better pay, better job, better life later on. And I wholeheartedly believe that is not true, but I chose to go down my specific route because I knew that in order to do what I wanted to do, I have to get the qualification for it, and this is the way to do it. So yeah, I went to uni and I am so thankful to the university that I go to for all the experiences it has given me. Not only has it opened my mind to obviously different paths that you have in the world, because I feel like when you're young and the less that you kind of learn about all the things you have to do in order to be a certain thing, for example, like an astronaut or like a doctor or whatever, you want to be it because it looks cool, it's interesting, and it sparks joy for a lot of people. But then the more that you kind of educate yourself through high school, it's like, oh, you've got to get a certain grade in order to be that. You've got to have certain experiences, know certain people in order to do that. And in university, it's the same thing. You've got to be able to pay for the fees or have the capacity to have the loan in order to be accepted and then finish the degree or whatever that you choose in order to become that, whatever that you want to be. And yeah, I just feel like the more that I was able to open my eyes, the more that I was kind of like, look, I want to help people in general. Health really speaks to me. I don't want to be a doctor. I did work experience as a nurse, and they put me in the general and then post-op ward, and I saw some things.
What, they make you wash your penis?
No, they made me stick a catheter in a penis, and I did not know was a thing. And
I wonder what's worse. Would you? I mean, I think I'd rather do that than wash your penis.
Okay. No, you don't understand. A catheter means
I really don't.
Tube.
Yeah.
In.
Oh, to the urethra, right?
Yes, so that they can then relieve themselves after surgery without getting up. And there was another one.
Just put it in, Michelle. Like, what do you just do it? Is that easy? No.
I mean, you do you.
No, you know what? No, I'm completely ignoring the facts here. Yeah, I can see why not an issue for me. No, I understand.
Yeah.
Michelle, I'm not going to highlight my idiocy, but for a second I just went.
I mean, props to a nurse who let me, and she did ask me for my consent. She was like, "Do you want to try?" And I was like, "Sure," not knowing the
so
extent
enthusiastic.
of this. Yeah. Well, I didn't want to say no to anything because you're there for 3 days. It's called work experience. Yeah, you're there to just take it all in, and what better way than get hands in?
I love that about you. I'm always trying to get. I love it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you had a bit of a.
Yeah.
Why didn't you want to do doctor though?
No to the doctor because I had a brief stint where I was working as a receptionist for a doctor, and I just saw the stress that was in her eyes and the day-to-day of it all. You genuinely, to be a good doctor, you genuinely have to care for each and one of your patients, and it takes a toll on both yourself and your family when you have to spend those long hours there. But also, I don't think many people know this, but a lot of doctors, at least the one that I work for and the ones that I work with now that I'm in the healthcare field, they give their personal number out to patients that need it the most, and they need to be on call. If they are the doctor for an elderly or geriatric patient who's passed on, they need to then go visit and then witness that is the person that has passed on, and that's on their own time. And I think that they don't get enough credit for it. People say, oh, the salary is mind-blowing, you should just do it.
I was about to say that too, but no, I get that breakdown. Yeah. It's like a respect thing.
Yeah.
not to comment whether you can and
Yeah.
you can't, but you hold it as a higher regard to the
Yeah.
point where it's not just a salary.
Yeah.
You're concerned with the fact that you need to have that level of commitment.
Yeah.
You're not too sure whether
100%.
you want to or not, but it's
Yeah.
definitely not the money that's going to be why you're doing this job.
Yeah, and money isn't, well, at least from my perspective, and obviously like the doctor thing, like, you know, every doctor's different and it's situational, depending on if you're a surgeon, private doctor, GP, whatever. But just to me, I think in the health field, no one should be doing it for the money. No one should be thinking, oh, I'm going to rack in big bucks, I'm going to be a healthcare professional. Like, no, I feel like it should come from a different place, like one where you're genuinely trying to help another person. Like, even if it that it means that you're the one a little bit worse off a fair few amount of times. And I think we feel it a lot, especially in a time like today. Yeah.
Definitely today.
Yeah.
Going on. Okay, so obviously, pharmacy was the thing we landed on, and how was that? Road from uni.
It wasn't initially so. So I went to study science and medical science at first, and in my first 2 years, I was like, yeah, awesome, this is really cool. It's shown me like what science can do, and I thought that I would end up being a pathologist or a researcher or like someone in the labs. But then when I got to close to my final year, I did a few like pharmacology units, and they really, really spoke to me. And I was like, that is so awesome how like a drug works, how it interacts with the body in XYZ. And yeah, I was like, look, I want to do this. I know like I want to do this, but I don't know why, but I was like, I'm going to jump full force into it. I'm going to just switch degrees into pharmacy, and I want to do it at a different university that offers that. And silly on me, did the switch, and it was a lot, like overwhelmingly so, where they like it was just a different university system. And as anyone who's ever changed schools knows, that when you change a school, it's just different. There's a lot of things to take in, and that with a whole new degree didn't set well for me.
So you weren't able to adapt to it?
No, I wasn't able to adapt. And well, I made a lot of friends in there, and it was a whole support system that was absolutely incredible, because they're all trying to help you push through. But I just knew it wasn't for me, and I couldn't push through for the 4 years. So I decided to finish my current degree. I've graduated now, and I'm going to start my master's program in pharmacology, but at that same university that I had started my journey with. And I'm so excited about that. Like, finally knowing that I want to do this, the environment's the same, and I know it's for me. Yeah.
So it's a big thing, because especially now with the conversations about uni, and going to the start of this conversation, going to things that you like.
Yeah.
You definitely want to do. Not to comment on whether uni is the only pathway, because definitely not. But what I'm seeing, here's a pandemic for you.
Yep.
So many people, especially now that results have just come out, there are a lot of people just going to uni because that's the next step. That's the next it's been geared for them. That's the next step.
Yep.
Not taking into consideration the purpose of the uni is that you're going here to get qualified to do a job. And the idea, you should be coming here because the job you want to do, the
requires that.
Needs this qualification.
Yeah.
That's why you're here.
Yeah.
It's not, and not to say there isn't more to take out of uni besides the qualification, because when being there, you get, like you said, you went to a uni you didn't say you didn't like, but you had trouble adjusting to it.
Yeah.
In that experience, you met a lot of people that you appreciate, your friends, right?
Till this day, because like, it was hard adjusting, and for them it was their first university, so they were like fresh to the process and adjusting even more. And honestly, I was just so grateful for them and their time, but also like, they would offer to study together,